the unlikely love. In the bustling city of Lagos, two worlds unknowingly collided. One was filled with luxury, power, and endless privileges, where desires were fulfilled with a mere snap of fingers. The other was rooted in simplicity and struggle, where every day was a fight for survival. Nina belonged to the latter. She lived in a modest, cramped apartment in the heart of the city's slums, with her widowed mother and two younger brothers. Despite the hardships, Nina's spirit remained undaunted, working 3 jobs to keep her family afloat. Her smile still managed to brighten even the darkest days. Her energy and determination were an inspiration to all who knew her. On the other side of town, Kade resided in a world far removed from Nina's. His family owned one of the largest real estate empires in Lagos, their wealth expanding through generations. Kade lived in a grand mansion surrounded by luxury, but beneath the surface of this gilded life, he felt trapped. The expectations from his family weighed heavily on him, leaving him in constant conflict between duty and desire. One rainy evening, fate intervened. Nina, who loved escaping the world's burdens through books, found herself in a small, quiet bookstore, flipping through a rare novel she couldn't afford. Kade, seeking solitude from the pressures of his world, also wandered into the same store. As he browsed, he overheard Nina's soft sighs as she reluctantly placed the book back on the shelf. His curiosity piqued. He approached her. "Why not get it?" Kade asked, with an easy smile. Nina turned, surprised by the unexpected attention. Her cheeks flushed as she stammered, "It's too expensive." Without hesitation, Kade offered to buy the book for her. Their eyes met, and something unspoken passed between them. Nina, usually guarded, felt a warmth in his gaze that made her trust him. She politely declined his offer, but Kade insisted, sensing that this small gesture might be the start of something much larger. Days passed, and they crossed paths again, this time by chance, at a nearby cafe. A casual conversation turned into hours of shared thoughts, laughter, and dreams. Despite coming from entirely different worlds, Kade and Nina found common ground in their love for literature, ambition, and their desire for a life on their own terms. Their meetings became more frequent. What started as chance encounters evolved into deliberate rendezvous. They would meet in hidden corners of parks, at quiet bookshops, and sometimes in a small, unassuming restaurant where they could escape the prying eyes of Lagos society. However, their blossoming romance was not without challenges. Kade's parents had grand plans for their son. He was expected to marry within his social class, to uphold the family's image, and to expand their business empire. His growing attachment to Nina, a girl from a humble background, was seen as a threat to their reputation. His parents, upon discovering their relationship, forbade him from seeing her. They issued ultimatums reminding him of his obligations, and even introduced him to potential brides from their elite circle. Nina, too, faced resistance at home. Her mother, a hard-working seamstress, feared the repercussions of Nina getting involved with someone from Kade's world. "He's not like us," her mother would say. "His life is one of privilege, and yours has been built on struggle. Love is not enough." But despite the disapproval and the barriers that society placed in their way, Nina and Kade's love only grew stronger. Kade began questioning the values his family upheld. He no longer felt satisfied living in a bubble of wealth, where people were judged by their status rather than their character. Nina's resilience, her ability to find joy despite her circumstances, made him realize what truly mattered. As their relationship deepened, Kade started finding ways to secretly help Nina's family without her knowledge. He paid their rent anonymously and even arranged for groceries to be delivered when times were especially tough. To him, it wasn't about flaunting his wealth. It was about making sure Nina's loved ones didn't have to suffer. One day, Nina discovered his secret. She was moved but also conflicted. Could their love truly bridge the vast gap between their worlds? She feared that Kade's acts of kindness, though well-intentioned, might become a source of resentment. She didn't want charity, she wanted a relationship built on equality and mutual respect. As these doubts swirled in her mind, the inevitable confrontation came. Kade's parents, unwilling to let their son be tied down by someone they deemed unworthy, met with Nina. They offered her money to leave Kade, believing that she could be easily bought off. But Nina, with her head held high, refused. She had come from nothing and worked for everything she had. No amount of money could sway her from following her heart. When Kade learned of the confrontation, he was furious. For the first time in his life, he stood up to his parents and declared his love for Nina. "I won't live my life for your approval anymore," he said. "The wealth and prestige mean nothing if I can't be with the person I love." His defiance shocked them. Kade had always been the dutiful son, never challenging their wishes. But this time, he was unwavering. He chose Nina, knowing that it could mean being cut off from the family fortune and the life of ease he had known. Nina, deeply moved by Kade's decision, found strength in his unwavering love. They decided to start a new life together, away from the expectations and pressures of his family. The transition wasn't easy. Kade had to adjust to a simpler lifestyle, far removed from the lavish comforts of his upbringing. But for both him and Nina, the sacrifices were worth it. Together, they built a new life, one filled with love, respect, and a sense of partnership. As the years passed, Kade's parents softened. Seeing the happiness their son had found with Nina, they slowly began to accept her. They saw that the love between Kade and Nina was genuine, something rare and beautiful. With time, they even came to respect Nina for her strength and independence. Nina, with Kade's encouragement, pursued her dreams of becoming a teacher. She enrolled in college, worked hard, and eventually became a respected educator in Lagos. Kade, too, found new purpose. He took over his family's business but used it as a platform to support underprivileged communities. Inspired by Nina's values,